I
am your father.
What's up?
No. Not really. I can't claim that one, but I can give MIZZY some advice as if I was his dad. And if you stick around to the end of this video, as I list 5 lessons that will help you turn things around if you've made an epic mistake, especially on social media. So the number one thing I'd want to ask you, son, is what do you want people to remember you by? What do you want people to remember you for when you die? For someone who's become famous for going up to random strangers and asking if you want to die, I do wonder if you have thought about your own mortality. I know you're just 18, and even 2 weeks is like a million years for you, but one day, like with all of us, you're going to leave this mortal body. We will actually die. And you might want to think about that legacy for those that you leave behind, especially your young son. Because at the moment, you're writing a legacy that isn't a very good one. What you film and you upload will outlive you potentially for a long time, but it doesn't put a very good impression of your life. It makes you look like a jackass. And actually, it brings misery and maybe mild laughter. I'm of the belief that you start and you work backwards. Look at where you want to be in life. What type of man do you want to be? What type of man do you want to be remembered for? And anyway, I'm assuming you'll live to a very old age, but unfortunately, many young people for where you come from and in this city don't live to be 21, but you could be different. I'm glad that you're not part of a statistic carrying guns and knives, but you could do better if you put your mind to it. You can actually be well known for doing something positive and putting smiles on people's faces instead of frowns, making them scorn like Piers Morgan. At the end of the day, your name and your legacy will live on for a very long time. So be known for the one who turned it around, did something positive with your life, and made people proud to be associated with you, rather than hang their head in shame and disown you. Number 2, discover what you are truly good at and become great. Listen, you might get a lot of views on TikTok, but to be fair, you're not that good. You're mid at best. You're very bold and you're very brave in some twisted, idiotic way, but the reality is I've seen your work and it's somewhat lacking. I don't see much humour. I know your favourite routine is asking people if they want to die, but that joke doesn't even land, because then you say things like, I can end you at any minute, which takes away from the joke, you know, the punchline, which is you show them some hair dye. You're not very funny and you're not very skilled at what you do, but you could be if you want to pursue, I know, a career in comedy. Study the greats like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. Emulate someone from the UK like Mo Gilligan or Richard Blackwoods, Andy Lamar. People have been renowned for being very good and very funny with their craft. You can observe and study what they've done, put your own little spin on it and become very, very great. If we're talking about the social media space, because that's obviously where you're going, even if it's just about doing pranks or stunts, you've got people like Mr. Beast, who has over 100 million followers on YouTube, which is so much harder than TikTok. And yes, he's making the big bucks, but he's not harming anyone. In fact, he paid for hundreds of people to get an operation to stop them from going blind or to heal their blindness. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go up to anybody and ask them if they wanted to die or break into their homes. And he's making more than 99% of us in terms of income. Okay, it took him 10 years to get there. He started with very small views, much smaller than you, MIZZY. But you have to hone your craft and over time get really good, and you can get the same type of success and earnings and more capabilities in your wildest dreams if you've got good character, patience and hard work. Not threatening people, acting like a thug, not doing just any old rubbish, but learning your craft. Do good things, become a master, and it will pay you in the long term. And that leads to number 3. Find someone who can show you the ropes in life. Someone who can show you this entrepreneur game. Find someone who has done it and sit at their feet. I know this generation talks about being a self-made man, but how's that working out for you? You have the opportunity at your fingertips to study and research people who have gone and pioneered, mastered in any field that takes your fancy. You want to learn business? Learn from either Musk or Zuckerberg, Branson. You want to be a great entertainer? Look up the best, the greats. But ideally, you want somebody closer to home, someone touchable, tangible, maybe a local business owner, a local entrepreneur that you can take out for a coffee. Sit at their table with a notepad and a pen. Find out how they did things the right way, long term. Qualities, habits, things that help them get the winning streak where you don't have to be an idiot and do stupid things for attention. Because you can actually make a difference. If you can get a physical mentor so you can be real with you. Maybe some people won't want to be near you right now because of some of the things you've done, but I'm sure someone will give you the time of day and help you turn this corner, because nobody does it all by themselves, no matter what the spin says. You might sound like a big man saying you can do it all by yourself, I'm my own man, but like you said, you want to start a movement, so you acknowledge deep down that you really can't be a lone ranger. You need people, and you need people doing it the right way, so you can actually be the man that you want to be. And speaking about being a man that you want to be deep down, we don't have any rites of passage anymore. So people don't really transition from being a boy to a man in the right way. But you have to try and find it yourself, because sometimes there isn't a dad or there isn't a male figure, someone senior you can look up to. So you just stumble across manhood, which leads to the fourth point. Don't burn down the village. Don't crap on your own doorstep. You know the saying, it takes a village? The village is a community, your ends, where you live. But you can't prosper in it if it's on fire. And better still, don't be the one who lights the match. It should be special. Wherever you live, your people, your community should be sacred. Now, a lot of young people, you're not the only one who may feel alienated in this country, which is very sad. You might feel alienated as a Londoner. But even in your subgroup, your movement, your mandem, your people at the moment, you are making them look horrendous. You are playing into every negative stereotype that people can imagine, especially racists who want to see you and people who come from your background and look like us. Public enemy number one. Not every young black kid on a council estate is a criminal, but because your actions acting like a jackass, that's what people are going to think. You're not helping that narrative, so I appeal to you, son. Think of the implications of your actions and how it makes other young people in communities be policed, be perceived by the wider community. And if you are born here, you're from here. Regardless if you're black, white, Asian, you're part of a collective. You're part of a thing called society. The more you exclude yourself from it, is the more it will exclude you. The more you want to try and set it on fire, you will get scorched too. Don't burn everything that you'll ever try and make. Don't burn everything around you. Because when you make those millions on TikTok, where are you going to live? Where are you going to spend it? Unless you're going to move to another country. Because everyone will remember that you are the one who tried to burn down the village. They'll remember you were the one who tried to mess everything up. You were the public menace. So stop it. Because they'll remember. They'll remember that you're the prankster who tried to mess everything up. But there's good news, which comes to the fifth and final lesson. It is not too late to turn things around. One thing about this nation, Great Britain, when you think of shows like X Factor and anything produced by Simon Cowell, is it loves a comeback story. The nation loves a redemption arc. And I know it might be a bit far-fetched at this point, but hear me out. It's not too late, son, to turn this around, to come to your senses, to say you're sorry and mean it. But don't just say you're sorry. Oh no. Do some good deeds like Mr. Beast earlier. You may not have that Mr. Beast millions, but you can talk to some young people, some young guys out there, and encourage them to use a platform to do good. You can make videos of you doing acts of kindness. You can document your doing good things to compensate for all the bad things. Because listen, you're going to be known for a long time, like I said earlier. So your name is going to be tarnished for a long time based on the stunts you've pulled. So wouldn't it be better to rebrand yourself, turn it around, put MIZZY to bed and bring Bakari out? Because I promise you, If you show you've got a change of heart, that you can do something positive, the world will thank you and it will reward you. Whatever Piers Morgan says, he might have you back on the show when you're a changed man. As you said on the Piers Morgan show, negativity is big business.
To the dark side.
But everyone feels miserable and crap afterwards. So won't you be part of a change? Won't you be part of a real movement and a revolution of people who use their platforms, their content to inspire and do good in the world? Because I believe ultimately good outpaces negativity. It might take longer, might take more brain power, hard work and hard graft, but the rewards will be boundless, especially for young guys like you. You'd rather be famous for doing things the right way, and you can be a hero for your peers. Being someone who's able to turn it around and was able to do good with your platform, because ultimately that's what platforms should be used for. Helping people move from A to B, from trouble into solutions. So son, all right, let's drop that. MIZZY, I'll drop that again. Bakari, come on. Think of this generation and your place within it. You have the power to turn it around. You have the power to build and not destroy. To build the village, not tear it apart. The choice is yours. You're going to live in it regardless. You can live in a positive society or a world full of negativity and hate whilst you sit counting your views. Make the decision. If you make the right one, we're here for you. I hope this helps. I hope you're inspired and motivated. And I really do hope that you're watching this, if you're a young person, that you can be inspired and encouraged, that you don't have to go alone. It's a crazy world out there. There's a lot of madness, but don't do madness to get noticed. Stand out for the right reasons. It might not be fast, easy to be a bad boy, bad girl, but doing things the right way, you won't have to bow your head in shame and cringe when you see your footage years from now. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's more like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's have a conversation. And till next time, see ya.